Every traffic video you've ever watched has told you the same thing. Here's 6 methods. Here's the pros and cons. Pick one. Good luck. And you're still stuck at the same income you were 6 months ago. So clearly something's missing from those videos. And it's not the platforms, it's everything those videos leave out. I've managed over 100 creators. I've watched accounts go from nothing to 6 figures a month. I've also watched creators burn through every single traffic method on the internet and make zero progress. And the difference between those two groups has almost nothing to do with which platform they picked. I'm Dylan, I co-founded Prestige Partners, and what I'm about to walk you through isn't a ranking, it's not a tier list, it's the actual framework that we use with our creators to turn traffic into income, including the part that nobody else talks about, which is what happens after someone actually finds you, because that's where the real money is, and that's what every other video on this topic completely ignores. Before I get into the platforms, let me explain why most of what you've been told about traffic is completely wrong. So if you go onto YouTube right now and search best traffic methods for OnlyFans, you'll see dozens of videos, all the same. They all rank 6 platforms from worst to best. You give each one a little score out of 5, and you watch it, you then pick the one that sounds the easiest, you go try it, and nothing happens. So you come back, watch another video, a different platform, try that one, nothing happens again. And the reason nothing happens is because every single one of those videos is answering the wrong question. They're telling you where to post. They're not telling you why your content isn't converting once you actually get there. Here's the other thing nobody mentions. Most of those videos aren't even made for you. They're made by agencies targeting other agencies. The advice is designed to sound impressive inside of a course module, not to actually help a creator who's sitting at home trying to figure out what to post tomorrow. And if the video isn't selling a course, it's selling some new, shiny method that sounds exciting and revolutionary and has never been done before. Black hat this, proxy that, some new loophole. It worked for 3 weeks, it gets patched. And now you've wasted a month learning something that's simply already dead. Meanwhile, the creators actually making real money are doing the same boring fundamentals they were doing last year. But the biggest thing nobody talks about, the thing that's actually costing you money, is what happens after someone finds you. Look, everyone's obsessed with traffic. Get more eyeballs, get more followers, get more reach. But traffic is just step one. If your page isn't set up to convert, if your messaging is weak, if your PPV strategy doesn't exist, it doesn't matter how much traffic you drive, you're filling a bucket with holes in it. So before we even talk about platforms, I need you to understand something. There are 3 layers that determine whether traffic actually turns into real income. Layer 1 is reach, getting eyeballs on your content. This is what every other video focuses on. Which platform to use, how often to post, and what content style works. And yet, reach matters, but it's the easiest thing to talk about and the hardest thing to actually execute well, which is why everyone makes videos about it and nobody makes money from it alone. Layer 2 is conversion, getting those eyeballs onto your page and getting them to actually subscribe. This is your bio, your link setup, your page layout, and your pricing, and your first impression. Now the thing is, most creators will lose over 70% of potential subscribers right here because their page looks identical to every other page out there. No personality, no reason to stay, and no reason to spend. Layer 3 is monetization, getting subscribers to actually open their wallets. PPV strategy, messaging frequency, how you talk to fans, upsells, retention. This is where the real income lives. We have creators where 96% of their revenue comes from messages and PPV, not from subscription fees. The subscription is just the door. The room behind it is where the real money actually is. So if you've been watching traffic videos and trying method after method and nothing's working, I'd bet money the problem isn't your traffic, it's layer 2 or layer 3. You're getting people to the door, but the room is simply empty. Now, let's talk about the platforms. But I'm not going to rank them worst to best and give them a score out of 5 like everyone else does. I'm gonna tell you who each one is actually for, when it makes sense, and when it's a complete waste of your time. Starting with the one I think every creator should be focused on, Instagram. If you're only going to pick one platform, and honestly, you should only focus on one until it's working, this is it. And I'm not saying that because it's popular. I'm simply saying it because the fundamentals of Instagram are built for exactly what creators need to succeed. Short form video lets you show personality, not just your body. You can be funny, you can be weird, you can also be interesting and relatable and different. And that's what actually converts. Anyone can post a photo, not everyone can make someone feel something in 7 seconds. The creators making 30, 50, or 100K plus a month are all building personal brands on Instagram. That's not a coincidence. The other thing Instagram gives you that no other platform matches is feedback. You can see exactly which videos get shared, which ones get saved, and which ones drive profile visits. That data is gold. We use it to drive every single content decision we make. If a video gets shared 500 times, we're making 5 more versions of it. If a hook works, we're testing 8 variations of that hook the following week. You don't have to guess what your audience wants. They're literally telling you through the numbers. And this feeds into how we actually approach content. We follow something called the 70-20-10 rule. 70% of what we post is reskins of content that's already proven to work for that specific creator. Same format, same energy, just fresh enough to feel new. 20% is iterations, same style of content, but with new hooks, new angles, testing what else the audience might actually respond to. And then 10% is pure experiments that are pulled from what's going viral for other creators in similar niches. That way, you're never starting from zero, you're never guessing, and you're always building on momentum that already exists. There's also something called trial reels that most creators either don't know about it or just don't use properly. Now, trial reels let you post 10 to 20 pieces of content a day as test runs. They only go to non-followers. If they perform well, Instagram pushes them wider. If they don't, nobody sees them and your profile stays clean. It's basically free A/B split testing at massive scale. You can post them back to back, different videos, same day, no penalty. This alone completely changes the game for creators who think they need to post one reel a day and hope for the best. Now, here's the catch. There's simply no shortcut with Instagram. There's no special hack, there's no loophole, there's no post this one type of video and go viral overnight. It takes real skill. You need to understand hooks, framing, what makes someone stop scrolling. You need to read your analytics and actually know what the numbers mean. And you need to show up and post consistently, every single day for months on end. That's the price of admission. Instagram is the highest effort method on this entire list, but it's also the only one where everything you build compounds over time. Your following doesn't get patched. Your brand doesn't get banned and reset to zero. You can always get it back if it did. Now, 3 years from now, if you decide to pivot into something completely different outside of OnlyFans, everything you built on Instagram is still yours. No other platform actually gives you that. TikTok. 2 years ago, this would have been #1. It's not anymore, but it's still powerful if you know what you're doing. TikTok has gotten significantly stricter about what creators in this space can show. Links in bio get restricted, accounts get shadow banned, or removed entirely for content that Instagram wouldn't even flag. The barrier to going viral used to be incredibly low, now it's much, much higher. And the penalties for getting it wrong are much harsher. That said, TikTok lives are still a real growth engine. If you can hold an audience for 20, 30, 60 minutes on a live stream, TikTok will push you to more and more people because you're keeping users on their app. Combine lives with regular posting, and everything starts to compound. The people watching your lives check out your videos, your live gets pushed further, your videos get pushed further, and then everything just grows together. But the live has to actually be good. You can't just sit there, you need to be entertaining, interactive, giving people a reason to stick around. Now, if you're naturally good on camera, if you can hold a conversation, if your personality comes through in real time, TikTok lives are worth your time. If that sounds stressful, your time is definitely better spent on Instagram. My recommendation is to run TikTok as a secondary platform alongside Instagram. Use it to drive followers across, especially from lives, but don't ever rely on it as your only traffic source. One ban can wipe out months of work with zero warning and zero explanation. Reddit. I rate Reddit higher than most people expect, and here is why. Subreddits let you find your exact audience. If you're a niche creator, a specific body type, a specific nationality, a specific content style, there is a community of people on Reddit who are actively looking for exactly that. And then subscribers who find you through Reddit tend to spend more money because they didn't just stumble across you in a feed full of other creators. They found you in a place that specifically matched what they were looking for. You're not just another page to them, you're the page. That changes how they spend. The content is easy too. Homemade, authentic, not overproduced. Phone photos, selfies, short clips. The production bar is low, which makes it ideal for solo creators who don't have an editing team behind them. But here's the problem. Moderators are absolutely brutal, and Reddit itself will ban your account with zero explanation. Everyone who runs Reddit long enough gets banned eventually, and that's the reality of it. You start again, rebuild, get traction, get banned again. That's just the nature of the platform. And for that reason, it can never be your primary traffic source. And also you have to be a very niche creator for it to actually work. But it's good as a supplementary method that feeds high quality, high spending subscribers into your funnel. It's excellent for that. We've seen creators do 30k to 50k a month from Reddit alone, but those same creators will be more stable and grow faster if they paired it with Instagram for the long term. Reddit is the short-term money printer if your niche fits, and Instagram is the long-term wealth builder. Ideally, you run both if you can. Now, Twitter and Threads. I'm putting these together because operationally, they're almost identical. Photo plus caption, engagement in comments, and repost groups. Same playbook, different apps. The case for them is simple. Lowest barrier to entry of any platform. The content is easy to make, and you can repost the same photos after a few days. For solo creators just getting started, They're a decent place to build some initial traction while you're still figuring out Instagram. The case against them is also simple. Everything is surface level. A photo and a caption. There's no real depth, no personality, no way to truly stand out from the thousands of other creators doing the exact same thing. And on Twitter specifically, where explicit content is everywhere and it's all free, you're competing with free. Trying to convince someone to pay for content when they're already drowning in it for nothing is a losing game for most creators. The subscriber quality reflects this. Lower spend per fan, lower retention, lower lifetime value. Our data shows Instagram direct traffic gives us over $18 LTV on free pages and $40 plus on paid pages. Twitter and Threads sit well below that. Best use case, keep them running as like secondary methods. So repost content, don't overthink it, don't invest your best hours into it. Let them tick along in the background while your real effort goes to Instagram. And dating apps. The method everyone hears about and nobody should be doing anymore. The theory sounds quite logical. Match with people on Tinder, Bumble, wherever it may be, move them over to Snapchat or Instagram, and then funnel them onto your OnlyFans page. In theory, great. In practice, absolute nightmare. To make this work at any real scale, you need dozens of accounts running simultaneously across multiple dating apps. These platforms actively detect and ban duplicate accounts. So you need proxy setups, device farms, constant troubleshooting, and people spend tens of thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours trying to find loopholes that work for a couple of weeks before they get patched. Then they start all over again. That's a fundamental problem. Every dollar and every hour you invest in dating app traffic has a shelf life of weeks, maybe days. Compare that to Instagram, where every piece of content, every follower, every interaction compounds over months and years. Now, the opportunity cost of putting your time into dating apps instead of building a real content engine is massive. If you're a solo creator, there is zero reason to touch dating apps. The complexity alone disqualifies it. And honestly, if you're working with an agency that's telling you dating apps are the answer, that tells you everything you need to know about how they think about your growth. If any of this is clicking for you and you want the actual content strategy framework we use with our creators, the 70-20-10 breakdown, how we read analytics, how we structure a week of content, DM me the word PDF on Instagram at Dylan Frano and I'll send it over. No strings, just the framework. Right, so we've covered the platforms. Now here's the part that actually matters, the part nobody else talks about. I've watched creators with 500 followers outperform creators with 50,000. I've watched creators try every platform on this list and make no money. And I've watched creators pick one platform, do it properly, and build a full-time income within months. The variable was never the platform, it was 5 things. Number 1, content quality is not the same as production quality. The best performing content right now is not highly produced studio stuff. It's authentic, it's natural, and it looks like you just picked up your phone. But within that simplicity, there's a real skill to hooking someone in the first second, keeping them watching, and giving them a reason to click through to your page. That skill is completely learnable, but most creators never learn it because they're simply too busy jumping from platform to platform instead of getting genuinely good at making content. 2, feedback is everything. The creators who grow are the ones who study their numbers religiously and let the data make decisions for them. What got shared? What got saved? What drove profile visits? Most creators post and forget. The ones making real money post, analyze, and iterate every single week without fail. Number 3, consistency beats volume every single time. Posting 20 times a day for a week and then disappearing for 2 weeks is worse than posting 3 times a day every day for a year. The algorithm rewards consistency. Your audience rewards consistency. Your income follows consistency. 4, your page has to actually convert. If someone lands on your page and your bio is generic and your feed looks like every other creator and your pricing makes no sense and your messaging is flat, it does not matter how they got there, they're gone and they're not coming back. Most creators pour all of their energy into traffic and zero energy into what happens when someone actually arrives. That's a backwards way of thinking. 5, monetization is a skill. It's not a side effect of having subscribers. Your subscription fee is not your revenue, it's just an entry point. The real money is in how you engage people after they subscribe. PPV strategy, messaging frequency, upsells, retention campaigns. We have creators where subscription revenue makes up just 4% of their total income. The other 96% comes from everything that happens after someone subscribes. If you're not building that infrastructure behind the paywall, you're leaving the vast majority of your potential income sitting on the table. So here's what I tell any creator watching this right now. Stop platform hopping. Pick one main traffic source. For most of you, that should be Instagram. Get genuinely good at content, study your analytics, let the feedback tell you what to do next. Fix your page so it actually converts when someone lands on it. and build a monetization engine behind the paywall that makes the same fans spend more money over time. The creators earning 30k, 50k, 100k plus a month are not doing anything magical. They're not using some secret traffic method that nobody else knows about. They're doing the fundamentals better than everyone around them, and they're doing them consistently. If that sounds boring, good. Boring is what works. The exciting stuff is what keeps you broke. If you got something out of this video and you want to have a real conversation about your specific situation, where your traffic is, where your conversion is falling off, and what's actually holding your income back, there's a link below in the description. Watch the video. If it makes sense, book a call and we'll go through it together. No pitch, no pressure. Just an honest look at your numbers and what we think is genuinely possible. And if this helped, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.